welcome to another video here at Coolsmartphone.com. Today we're going to unpack the brand new released OnePlus Pad 2 that I was very fortunate to pick up on a recent press trip to the OnePlus summer launch event. Having had the opportunity to previously review the OnePlus Pad Go, I'm really looking forward to unpacking this and having a closer look. In addition to the tablet, we do also have the optional accessories that OnePlus is selling on launch, which is the OnePlus Stylus 2, and we also have the OnePlus Pad Smart Keyboard as well. So we'll have a closer look at both of those in the video. So without further ado, let's dive in and see what we can find out from the unboxing. Thanks very much. So here it is, the OnePlus Pad 2 in the only color that's available. This color is called Nimbus Grey, and it's the only one that's currently available. In addition to that, we do also have the OnePlus Stylo 2, and we've also got the new OnePlus Pad Smart Keyboard. So we're just going to very quickly go through and unbox these. And while I'm doing so, I'm going to read through the specs as well. So the key spec that OnePlus wants to shout about, and quite rightly so, is the processor. The processor in this device is a Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, which makes this the first Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 tablet on the market. It is supported by an Adreno 750 chipset, and in addition to that, you've also got LPDDR5 RAM, 256 gigs of storage, and 12 gig of that RAM. Sorry, the storage speed is UFS 3.1 with 2 lanes. The operating system for the tablet is Android 14. Running Oxygen OS 14.1. In terms of size and dimensions, we have a length of 268.66, a width, which is this way, of 190 by 0.6, a thickness of 6.49 mil, and a weight of 584 grams. Just the tablet itself. The screen resolution is 3K, 12.1 inch resolution, and the panel supports a 7:5 aspect ratio. It is an LCD panel. It does have a brightness, average brightness of 600 nits with a maximum brightness of up to 900 nits when watching HDR content. If you just bear with me a moment. There we go. Now I have had some very limited first use out of the tablet. That's why there was a passcode on it, but this is ostensibly what you would experience out of the box. The only thing I've done is I've added Amazon Prime Video. So you can see the screen is very crisp, very vibrant, and your PPI is 303. And now it does have a refresh rate that's variable, and it will vary all the way from 30 Hz up to 144 Hz with various stopping gaps in between. So that is the tablet itself. Moving away from the tablet, in the box you have your usual OnePlus accoutrements. So in here we have safety guide, a quick guide, and a safety guide. No red cable card or anything like that. On the subject of cables, we do have USB Type A with USB Type-C, and this is of course capable of SuperVOOC charging, and the SuperVOOC charging rate supported by this tablet is 67 watts. The battery inside the tablet itself is 9,510 milliamp hour with a watt-hour rating of 36.99. On board you also have Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi 7, Wi-Fi 6, Wi-Fi 5, all the usual suspects. You've got Bluetooth, Bluetooth 5.4 is supported, as is Bluetooth BR, EDR and BLE. We've also got a Type-C port on this end here, which I might be able to get the camera to focus on. There you go, you can see that there. And you've got four speaker grills on either side. On the other side, there you go, you can see the speaker grills. Up at the top here of the left hand side, you have the sleep wake button and your volume rocker. The top edge of the tablet is flat, and you will notice there is a slight difference in color here, and the relevance of that will become abundantly clear in one moment. And on the back we do of course have our camera. Now the camera is a single camera with a 13 megapixel sensor capable of shooting 720p video at 30 frames per second, also 1080p and also 4K. It does have video zooming, and it is EIS stabilized. On the front we do also have a 8 megapixel camera, which is just tucked up in the bezel up there. My apologies, the lighting is making this very difficult to see. You can just about see it there. That 8 megapixel camera again will do 720 and 1080p at 30 frames per second, no 4K. It also supports electronic image stabilization, but it does not do video zooming. The tablet will also use face unlock. There is no other biometric unlock possible here. No fingerprint reader on the side, for example. Bit of a shame there. Moving on to the first accessory I wish to show you, we do have the OnePlus Stylo 2. Now the OnePlus Stylo 2 has had a lot of things changed about the actual device itself, and it now supports a much higher pressure sensitivity. Sorry, couldn't think of the word I was looking for there. The pressure sensitivity is now capable of supporting up to 16,000 points of pressure. I didn't even know there was that many points of pressure, but apparently there is. So that is nice to see. We also have a pressure sensitive touch area, which I will show you as soon as we get out of the box. So in the box here, you can see we have a removable nib, and we have the pen itself. Now the pen is magnetic, and it will charge wirelessly. It will charge once connected to the tablet, which is a really nice touch. We'll just move that off to the side and have a quick look underneath here. And all we've got here is a very, very slender instruction guide, which tells you how to replace the nib. It does come in English, it comes in multiple languages, where the tactile areas are, where the charging location is, and various things like that. This is a bit of your specifications here. So you've got Bluetooth is how it operates, and it will automatically pair as soon as it's pushed onto the tablet. And you've got a 360-degree touch area, as you can see there. It is quite difficult to show you this in real world, but what I will do, we'll bring the tablet back into frame here and just remove this little label, and I'll show you the connection. So if I Do that. Very, very solid and secure connection there. We do it again, and now you can see what that area on the back was for. That is now the tablet and the pen connected, and you can see it is charging. I do apologize about the light levels. I am really struggling with this. So that is your OnePlus Pad 2 and OnePlus Pad Stylo 2. Now, in order to make this into a full laptop style replacement, I say laptop style because you can't truly replace a laptop with a tablet. I have tried on several occasions, but it is possible to get close. In order to do that, you do need, of course, to have a keyboard. And OnePlus have totally redesigned the keyboard from their previous version. So the last version of the OnePlus Pad keyboard, it had a hinged mechanism along with the magnetic cradle at the back. They were all joined together. They've gone a little bit different in terms of direction this time, and we now have the mechanism as two parts. So the first part is a folding back cover, and that does give quite a large degree of movement. In here we do of course have another instruction manual which tells you how to use the stand, how to mount it, how to pair it, all that sort of stuff. Not exactly the most riveting stuff in the world. There is no charging cable, and you'll see why that is the case. And then we do of course have the keyboard itself. So I'm just going to move that out of the way, and you'll hear there that magnet, that snapping noise, that was the magnet of the hinge. So we have our hinge here, which has pogo pin connectors and a piece of fabric. There will be data cables in there that will allow for connection. However, what makes this tablet really clever, this keyboard really clever, is you don't need to have this connected physically to the tablet, because this keyboard is not just a connected keyboard, it will also work via the medium of Bluetooth. So I'm just going to put the case on. It would help if I put it on the right way around, and that snaps in quite nicely. So the case is now on. I'm going to stand the tablet up, and let me just adjust the camera. You can now see that we have our desktop style setup. However, what I really want to show is the fact that I can now use this device with the Bluetooth keyboard. So I've just typed in my PIN there using the keyboard, and if I now go to here and I can do a search. Sorry, the brightness on the pad is blowing this out, so let's turn that down. And there you go, we now have the Coolsmartphone website loaded up. So you can use this keyboard via Bluetooth without physically attaching it. You can also use the shortcut buttons at the top. These new shortcut buttons are a new addition over the old keyboard, and we also have a much larger physical trackpad. which is pleasing to see. Now the trackpad itself does have a small film on it. Without that, it's quite a nice smooth trackpad. In terms of torsional strength, it is a reasonably strong keyboard, and this should be usable on the lap. It is not as solid, I have to say, as the keyboard that the Magic Keyboard from Apple, just to give you a comparison. How it compares with the Samsung ones, I'm not 100% certain. That is now us in fully connected mode, and we now have a laptop style replacement device. So that is the full OnePlus Pad 2 experience, along with the OnePlus Pad Smart Keyboard and the OnePlus Stylo 2. All of these devices are magnetic, so when I close things up, I close the keyboard cover. That has now locked the tablets. If I close the back, that is now transportable, fairly easy to carry. The keyboard is magnetic, but it doesn't have the strongest of latches, which is a bit of a shame. So something to be aware of if you are putting it in and out of the bag. And the pen will stay in place, but again, you may wish to stow that separately. In terms of the keyboard, that's me hanging the keyboard off the tablet, and it doesn't fall. I have tested the other way, with the keyboard hanging the tablet over a softer surface, and it took a lot of movement to make that fall off. So OnePlus Pad 2 now comes with a much improved keyboard, a much improved stylus, and a slightly different case opening mechanism. So I'm going to be using this now for the next week or so to try and get an idea of how useful it actually is. I'm going to be actually taking it away on my family holiday, during which I will be writing the review. If you would like to know more about the device, then feel free to put a comment in the video on this video, or in the article attached to the video on Coolsmartphone.com, and I will try and answer any questions you may have. Thank you very much, and I hope you have enjoyed the video. This has gone on a little bit longer than I thought, but we do have 3 fantastic products that we've looked at today. Cheers, bye.